So, and you guys have to bear with me. This is not a speech. This is a soul connection. That's where my content comes from. You know, a lot of people create content to monetize content. My content was me healing in front of the world. Some people like to journal. I started journaling digitally. So my parents, my friends, family, everybody reaching out to me, asking me, am I okay? Because I'm talking about things that they had no idea that I've been through. But before I start, I actually got a reward, a Change Maker award Thursday. So I had a lot of running around, and it was, thank you. So I'm gonna use the podium because I actually wrote this, and I was trying to learn this, so I didn't get the opportunity to say this when I received the award because there was so many people on the stage. But I want to share it with all of you guys, and if it resonates, well, I know it's going to resonate, and I know it's a reason that I didn't get the opportunity to share it there, but it's an honor that I could share it here. Okay. Have you ever thought to yourself, it's taken too long? When is it going to happen for me? You feel lost, you feel stuck, you feel trapped in your own mind. The duration, the pause, makes you start questioning if you're even worth anything. Look, never confuse who you are with what you're going through. Your tears, struggle is necessary. It's shaping you. In life, we're all going to have a lot of attractive excuses. And what I mean by that is something that we all, been through. That if we told people, they wouldn't ask and they wouldn't question why we stopped or why we gave up. I'm going to give you guys an example. So I was molested at 6 years old. I've been to many different foster homes, mental health facilities. I grew up without a father. Graduated from high school, didn't know how to write, read. I couldn't read the diploma. That's my journey. That's my story. And I could have used any one of those situations to give up. But my purpose is more important than any excuse. What are you going to pass down? What is your story going to be? And I want you to take some time to think about that. And even if it's not happening fast enough, I want you to understand this. The most expensive diamonds sit on a shelf the longest. Just because you're waiting, that doesn't mean that you're not worth anything. Just surround yourself with people that could see your value, even when you can't. So, thank you. That was that piece right there. So, and I was trying to remember that. And Al Tariq Best, he has a nonprofit organization called The Hub. The Hub stands for Help Us Become Better. And he's like my brother, and I wanted to share that for him on his 50th birthday. And so now I'm just going to give you guys my heart, soul. This is not a speech. This is not edited. This is not recorded. And I'll start off with this. If you have never been 100% completely honest out loud, then you have never been yourself in the presence of anyone. Okay? I'll repeat that. If you have never been 100% completely honest out loud, then you have never been yourself in the presence of anyone. Sometimes we become our degrees. Sometimes we become a mother. Sometimes we become the teacher, the doctor, and we become these characters and roles and positions, and we forget who we actually are or who we're trying to be. I got lost. I got stuck. I was trapped and buried in pain. So when I say the most expensive diamond sit on the shelf the longest, I want to ask you, what are you covered in? right? So I was trapped in trauma. I was trapped in pain. And one of the things I would like to share, when the little boy is healed, the man will show up. And all my life, I learned how to neglect that little boy because that's what the world did to that little boy. And that's what I would like to share with you guys. I always equate and give analogies, and trauma is like music. Some of you are married in here, if some of you went to the prom, or some of your parents, your mother, they all have a favorite song. And when you hear that favorite song, it take you back to your parents in the kitchen, or take you back to the prom, and you like, I remember the feeling, I remember the emotions, I remember the air, I remember the whole entire environment when you hear that song. So for me, you know, being molested at 6 years old, that created a trap, you know, within my energy, within my mind, within my heart. I was molested on my way to school. I was actually molested 2 times, one on my way to school and one in one of the facilities that I was in. And I actually went to school the whole day, you know. And look, I want you guys to know, right? And that laugh is a trigger laugh because I'm not laughing. Sometimes we try to hide that we're about to cry, right? So we fake laugh, but I'm 100% completely honest out loud. So I want you guys to know you're not seeing an act, you're not seeing an influencer, you're seeing a soul, okay? So take man off of me, take the title, take race, take religion, you're seeing a soul. And I'm translating directly from my heart and my soul. And I want to give all of you the courage and the conversation and the inner translation. Pain is a language. Trauma is a language. You know how to speak your pain. I had to learn how to speak this. I was running. I was trying to survive. I was trying to escape. Give me some energy or something like. But if I cry, I'm gonna cry. You know. That's why y'all see me like walking around. Back there, I was trying to like balance my energy because sometimes, you know, as you speak, you get to look. Emotion is energy in motion. It's a reason that a tea kettle has a hole. If you remove that hole, the teapot will explode. You know, and it's some people that hold their pain in. You hold your trauma in. And that's not, you know, that's not healthy for you. You have to let it out. You have to speak. You have to communicate. So the reason I held my story, the reason I held my pain and my trauma in, my mother called it parenting, but I was abused mentally, physically, verbally. My mother was only parenting the way she was parented. And that was called, you know, a child was better seen than not heard, and all of these ways we learn how to communicate from trauma. And we learn how to communicate from survival mode. So when I was molested, broken, hurt, pain, the reason I didn't go home and tell my mother was every time I cried, my mother would beat me until I stopped crying. So even if I cry right here, I'm gonna let you guys know the blessing is that was something that I couldn't do a few years ago. I had to learn how to cry. I had to learn how to cry. You have a digital algorithm. So if we all shared each other's mobile devices, we'll see what we like and what we watch because it's in your algorithm. So you have a physical and a mental and emotional algorithm. The way you communicate and interact with yourself, the way you engage and talk and treat yourself, you're creating a habit. You're creating a connection. So I was a punk if I cried. I was soft if I cried. I was a little girl if I cried. These were all the things I heard in my environment and in my household. And the thing about household, for the rest of your life, the house that produced your childhood mindset will have a hold on you. That is your household.